All right. A Psalm of David. This is Psalm 15. I'm going to read it in toto. I'm going to read it in Kansas. No, I'm in Missouri. In toto. Kerte toto. Non niam adesse. All right. Psalm 15. A Psalm of David. Yahweh, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? Now, what is that saying? It's saying, who is it that's going to abide with Yahweh in his holy hill? And you've got all these people out there that are, I'm not knocking it, but Torah observant. And that's a good way to put it. You know, some nicknames are, people's Torah toters, sacred namers, Torah toters, whatever. And I'm not knocking it. But if you're going to say that you're Torah observant, at least read it. For crying out loud. You can't just read part of it. That's the whole point. You can't just not turn on a light on Saturnalia Sabbath, because that's like kindling a fire. Jewish family in New York tried that. They turned the cooker plate on Friday night, so they wouldn't have to turn it on click on Saturday. Burned their house down. Killed all 5 of their children. As Forrest Gump says, stupid is as stupid does. All right. Not smart, not intelligent, not righteous, nothing good about it, nothing right about that picture at all. Very sad, very stupid. He that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness and speaketh the truth in his heart. Boy, you could, that's meaningless in our generation. Somebody that works righteousness, who speaks truth in his heart. This is something, I have a problem with some people. I can say one thing, this is what I'm doing today, and think I'm lying, I went here today to do this. Well, obviously I'm lying, Boy, I'll tell you what, it's beyond me. I don't understand it. Have I ever dealt with anybody like that? I don't think so. I think it's a famous verse. Anyway, he that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor. Backbiting's not cool. Nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. Now that's something that's easy to do. In other words, somebody says something bad about somebody, so now suddenly you hate them too. Somebody hates somebody, so you pick up their hatred. I did that as a new believer. My wife hated her mother. And in my mind, her mom was right up there with Hitler and Stalin. I thought she was the most evil person in the world. And looking back now, I'm like, she had to wash dishes. That's the only thing I can remember her ever really complaining about. But the hatred was just like consuming. Eventually it, turned against me. So, oh well. In whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoreth them that fear Yahweh. Now back to the question, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? Verse 4, he that sweareth to his own hurt and changeth not. Okay, that's the situation that I'm in. In any of these deals that have been done, if you swore to your own hurt, if you told someone you would take care of them and provide them a place to live that's a nice place, make damn sure it's a nice place to live. Don't. It's not a crack house or something. About what them places looked like. And number 5, verse 5, he that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent, he that doeth these things shall never be moved. Don't charge people interest, not to a brother. You can charge a stranger interest, someone that's not of your kin, your kith and kin, but don't do it to brothers. And there is the same thing that's coming back on this family that's liquidating their stuff, so I was going to buy the sheep. The guy whose land that they've lived on for 10 years, I'm the one that introduced them to this man. Well, this man has not been a man of his word. He told them that he would give them that land. They've lived on it for 10 years, taking care of it. He said, if you take care of that land, I will give it to you. He gave them an eviction note. Didn't even have the balls, the decency to just call them up and say, hey, can you move out in about 30 days? And the wife told me last night, or the night before, that she called the lady up and said, look, I have a child buried on that property. I birthed 3 children in that house. And you give me an eviction notice? We've lived there for 10 years, taking care of that place for you, making it, highly productive, and you're evicting us? That man, I'm telling you, that man is in a world of hurt because he's doing it to a lot of people. He's screwing people. He gave his word, and I don't think he ever intended to keep his word. The first day I met him, he blew smoke up my ass about letting people live on his land and that he would give it to them. Beautiful song and dance. Oh, it was beautiful. But here we are, 15 years later, 14, 15 years later. He hasn't performed his word, not once, not to anybody that I know of. So anyway, there you go. There you have it, YouTubers. And that's about it. I just wanted to read that psalm. And, man, people, perform your word. Don't be taking advantage of other people. Oh, that I don't understand. Rich people, let's go to another one. James, go to, you rich people, weep and howl. That's a good one. I may not be able to find it really super duper quick. I know it's in James. I think it's. Oh, I was going to say, I saw 27. There's not 27 chapters in James. Just kidding. Verses. Is it? Yeah, James 5. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped up treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Yeah. Mr. Rick, Ms. Colleen, you two are in deep doo-doo with Yahweh.